Hey, welcome back, World Entertainment, and this is my review for Rob Zombies The Munsters. I'm still trying to process exactly what it is I watched. it's it's uh it's something. It's a movie that exists. Question is, why does it exist? Uh, so the main plot, I suppose, even though the movie doesn't really seem to have much of a plot, is basically Lily and Herman Munster getting together, and a little side story of Lily's brother Lester, who's a wolfman, trying to get the deeds of the castle in Transylvania because he owes a fortune teller woman money. That's it. That's the whole story for this thing. So the characters, of course, are Lily, who is really kind of front and center for the entire movie, which is no surprise because it's Rob Zombie's wife. What's her name? Shirley Moon Zombie. Pretty sure that's her name. Who hams it up when she's on screen. Like, hams it up. As does almost everyone, to be honest. Uh, she looks good in the role, but it's just kind of over the top. A bit too over the top. Then, of course, you get Herman Munster, who looks fairly similar to the original Herman Munster. Sounds nothing like him when he speaks. Like, voices aren't even close. Yet, when he does the laugh, he's almost on point with the laugh. And then Grandpa, who is probably the best part of the movie, to be honest with you. He looks exactly like the original. He acts and almost sounds exactly like the original. The movie basically starts off with two grave robbers, two actors. One you'll recognize straight away. The other one you won't unless you actually look up to see who that is. The main mad scientist one, can't think of his name, but you'd know him when you see him. Who was like he was told, act this movie like you were on every drug going, cause like as I said, they all pretty much ham up their roles, but whoa. He is the one actually who you see in the trailer just doing all the mad scientist stuff. Obviously, because he's the mad scientist. His assistant, who's the Hunchback, is actually the dude from Lost. Oh, how do you pronounce his name? I know his last name is Garcia. I'm pretty sure it's Garcia. I think it's Jose Garcia. That how you know the fat dude from Lost? It's him. Doesn't look like him, doesn't sound like him. I was shocked when I looked up the cast. I was like, oh Jesus, that's him. The sound design and everything in this is really strange. But it starts off with them, and it sounds like it was filmed in like a basement, to be honest. But the kind of dialogue and jokes and kind of stuff that's happening with them at the very start lets you know exactly what you're in for. Now, it doesn't stay as bad as the opening scene. Like, I can fully see people turning this thing off within 5 minutes, gone, no. But it done one thing a couple of times that the entirety of She-Hulk so far has not managed to do. It's made me chuckle. It even made me smile more than once. Because they do certain jokes where it's just like, you know, those face palm jokes where you're just like, oh no, but it still gets you a bit and you start kind of giggling. It has a couple of them. And so they eventually get Herman. Herman's stupid, basically. But he can sing and tell jokes and everything because the mad assistant, accidentally took the wrong brain. At least I think it was accidental. He took the wrong brain. He was supposed to take one. There was two brothers. One was really smart. One was this washed up comedian. And he accidentally took the comedian's brain. And then everything that happens after that, once Herman comes alive, it's the mad scientist thinks he's a failure because this thing just tells jokes. Herman becomes somewhat famous. It's all set in Transylvania, by the way. The sets look great. I think that's where the money went. Because this thing cost $40 million. Did no one from Universal go and see what the hell was going on? Because, but it definitely went to the sets because they rebuilt the Munsters house. And not just like the front of it. It wasn't just like a wooden front so you could shoot. They built the actual house. Which is funny because it's only in the end of the film. But it's so over the top with the joke. There's a lot of weird kind of dancey techno music happening in scene where there's dancing, which was very strange. And basically the story is that Herman and Lily do get married. Grandpa doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't like Herman. Before the wedding, Lester tricks Herman into signing what he thinks is a partnership in a yoke. It's actually the deeds to the castle, so they lose the castle, have to move to the States, to California, find the house, get the house, and Lester gives them money because he went to Vegas and made a crap ton of it. That's it, that's the movie. There's a post-credit scene, well, a mid-credit scene, and I won't lie to you, for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. I cannot remember what it was. All I do remember is it was trying to set up a sequel. But I can't remember what the hell it was. And that's kind of saying something. So, is it worth a look? Not really, no. If you looked at the trailer, it just went, ugh. The trailer is basically what you get. You get those weird sound effects, those woo 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 as people fall down. You get very bizarre music throughout it. There's a lot of little dance numbers for some reason. The writing and the acting is god awful. It's a movie. It exists, and I don't know why. Rob Zombie wrote it, produced it, and directed it. That probably tell you everything you need to know. And the one thing to really take in, the movie just ends. Like, you're expecting another scene, and no, it just ends. It ends like a TV show ends. You know, where it kind of, that's your episode until next week. It kind of does that, and it's very strange. But anyway, not a good movie. Did make me chuckle a couple of times, more than anything She-Hulk managed to do. Piss poor acting. The sets look great, but other than that, like, yeah, I couldn't recommend it. So, yeah, The Munsters from Rob Zombie. That's a thing. Alright, I'll leave it there for this one. Cheers. Catch you in the next.